Hello everybody, this is TheXseption, and welcome to week 3 of the PGL NU Cup. This week myself and the Tampa Bay Luxrays are taking on Professor Zavi and the Chicago Bulus. Professor Zavi is taking over for Phantom Bass, something like that. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name, but he had to drop out of the league for personal reasons, so Professor Zavi's taking his place. And before I get into the match, I do want to say this is post-com because my microphone wasn't working during the match. I don't know, I couldn't get it to work and didn't want to delay the match anymore in order to make it work. I was on a short time constraint there, so that's why it's post-com, but we'll go ahead and jump into the match here and see how it goes. And this was about a week ago, so hopefully I can remember it all fairly correctly and know what I'm doing here, but we're just going to get started here. And I'm going to lead with NUBL. So probably thinking that I could get off a U-turn or make him think that I was going to go for a U-turn right off the bat. I don't think I actually have U-turn on this NUBL. I just wanted him to think that I would U-turn out or something. But anyways, I go ahead and just stay in and hit Draco. Draco's going to do a decent amount even if this is AV. And if it is AV, we'll even get to figure out that it's AV. So I just go for the Draco right off the bat. He's not going to switch into Slurpuff anyway, and he goes for the Volt Switch, which does a lot to us, but we take it just fine. And so now he knows that I've gone for the Draco, and that I'm probably going to have to switch out here. He brings this in, probably because he knows I have to switch, is my thinking. So I just go into Qwilfish to lower its attack. That way it can't do too much damage to me anyway. Although it's still going to hurt a decent amount if he hits me with like a Rock Slide or a Stone Edge or something. But he goes for the Fire Punch, predicting Ferrothorn to come in. Ferrothorn has been my dedicated switch-in pretty much for any physical hits, so I think that's what he was expecting there. I didn't want to give him that chance though, so that's why I went into Qwilfish. I go ahead and set up some spikes here. I just figured it was a decent move. You know, his team does okay against spikes. He has a couple mons that aren't affected by them, but I figured that extra damage on Slurpuff, if it was Belly Drum, would be really good. He goes for the Dark Pulse, which I know is going to knock me out there, which is why I opted just to set up a second layer of Toxic Spikes, because I figured something was going to have to die. Bring in Primeape. I think something else has to die here. I just go for the Close Combat for damage, because I know it's not going to kill. But we got the crit, and it knocked it out, which is really good for us, because it gives us a huge advantage here. That Clawitzer would have been a huge problem, because if it had lived, it would have knocked out Primeape, and then I'd have to take it out with something else. And he could possibly save it in the back and bring it in later against something that's slower, maybe like Ferroseed, and do some serious damage versus that as well. So he's going to go for his Z move here, and I was really hoping that I was going to live in Earthquake. But I know Primeape can't take a Z Earthquake, and I can't switch out because I don't have the Shed Shell on Primeape. I got a Choice Scarf, which is enough to outspeed. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't have the Choice Scarf. I wish I had the Choice Scarf. I have a Choice Band. If I had the Choice Scarf, I would have outsped, although I might not have killed, and I definitely wouldn't have killed Clawitzer. But I figured this is my chance to go with a really fun set that I've been wanting to use. And he goes for a Toxic. I was really hoping he'd switch out here, but he gets Toxic off, which really sucks for me because it's going to wear down Sandslash. I go for the Sandstorm. I decided I've been using Weather a lot in this league, and I found that it's kind of fun. So I set up the Sand. Now I have the Sand speed ability, so I'm a lot faster than everything on his team pretty much, except for any Choice Scarf users, maybe like Choice Charizard or something like that. I went for the Earthquake. I knew he was going to switch into this, but I was really hoping I could kill that Dugtrio. If I had killed Dugtrio, it would have been in a great position. What I should have done though is I should have gone for a knockoff, or I should have gone for a Super Fang in order to deal with this. He goes for the Giga Drain, which is a fairly predictable play, and I'm looking at the calcs right here. If I had gone for a Super Fang on the switch in here for this, and then I had gone for a knockoff, I probably would have killed it. But my options now are knockoff or Super Fang, and knockoff actually does a little bit more damage than Super Fang, so That's what I go for, and he knocks me out with another Giga Drain, which really sucks because I had that Rindo Berry prepared for it. If I had been able to survive this, I think Sandslash might have actually gotten another kill in this match. But I played it just a little bit wrong. I bring out Renamon. Renamon can deal with this. It's just, you know, it's quicker. It'll take it out. And we're looking okay in this match. You know, he doesn't have a whole ton of answers to me. But he brings in Dugtrio, which I kind of expected. But I have Shed Shell. Ugh, that's a tongue twister on Delphox here. So I just switch it out and bring in Raspberry, which is going to take a decent amount from an Earthquake. But that's alright. I'll take it fairly well. Maybe not the best, but about 40%. Not bad. And I can set up rocks to get rid of, or to help with Charizard. Charizard's flying type. And it'll do about 50% damage to Charizard, depending on his EV spread. So I set the rocks. But he brings in Charizard, and now I'm thinking, oh no, he's got Defog. So what I don't want him to do is I don't want him to just defog all my spikes and my stuff away. So I stay in, and I'm going to set up rocks. But he goes for the Flare Blitz and kills me. I still feel like it was the best play. I didn't really have a good switch in to Flare Blitz, but I keep up my hazards, and I get some damage off with the spiky thorns, iron barbs. There we go. So I bring in Noivern here because I know Noivern can basically kill this thing, and I only got 2 Mons left, and I'm Choice Scarf Noivern, so I can't hit Draco because then that means I can't deal with another one of his Mons. I can't touch Slurpuff at all if I hit Draco, so I hit Boom Burst. I take a Dragon Claw, and here I think I risk it. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I don't risk it. I think it was too close of a call to go for another Boom Burst, so I bring in Delphox to take this Dragon Claw. That way I can go for a Psychic on this. And then I basically have to hope that Dugtrio isn't Sucker Punch, because if it's Sucker Punch, then it can really do a lot of damage. So I'm pretty sure he's going to bring in Dugtrio here. Yep, and he does. I knew that was going to happen, though. But at this point, I have to hope he doesn't have Sucker Punch, and he does have it. I could have switched into Noivern and gone for Roost, but I figured that was a risky play. I just went for the Psychic, and I actually lived the Sucker Punch, which was like a roll. So there was a chance I wasn't going to live that, but it was really my only play, aside from trying to predict that and go into Noivern. But I didn't want Noivern to take a rock move like a Rock Slide or Stone Edge or whatever, so it was just a call I had to make there. And here, I win if this thing's an Innocent Scarf, but it's Scarf. It's Scarf, and I can't do much. So here I have to hit like 3 or 4 Air Slashes onto this Lycanroc. Have to flinch it every time, and then I have to flinch Slurpuff a few times in order to win. And I believe there's only about a 10% chance of flinching with Air Slash. So unfortunately, we're not going to pick up the win, and not even 1 Air Slash flinch. But that's the way it goes, and that is the match for this week. So now we are 1-2, and I believe we're still positive on differential. I think we're still +1, which is really great. So basically won big first game, and then lost really small the last 2 games, which is, you know, I would prefer to not be 1-2, but, you know, having a good differential is great. That means I still have a chance to bring this back. We are playing Serene Grace and the Shaman City Sky next week. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. I'll be back for that, and peace out.